Now let's study about the centrosome. The centrosome is that organelle which is found only in animal cell. Like you can see here near the nucleus, there is a clear area in the cytoplasm having two centrioles in it. This is called the centrosome, which is absent in a plant cell but present in an animal cell. This centrosome helps to initiate and regulate cell division. So centrosome's main function is to start the cell division and then to regulate or control its rate, and the centrosome only consists of centrioles. So function of centrosome and centriole both is to initiate and to regulate cell division. Moving on next to the plastids. Plastids are the organelles which are found only in plant cells and they are absent in animal cells. Plastids are of three kinds. They are chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Leucoplast are the colorless plastids which do not have any pigment. Chromoplasts are the colored plastids which have two pigments, xanthophyll and carotene. Xanthophyll is yellow in color and carotene is orange red in color. So all the fruits and flowers which appear yellow in color is because of the pigment xanthophyll, which is present inside the plastids called chromoplasts, and the carrot has its orangish red color because of carotene, which is also a pigment present in chromoplasts. But if you have seen beetroot, which is violet in color, that is not because of chromoplast, that is because of another pigment called anthocyanin. Anthocyanin is a water soluble pigment. It is not present inside chromoplast. It's a water soluble pigment which remains dissolved in the cell sap, which is present inside the vacuole of a plant cell. Inside the plant cell's vacuole, there is cell sap. The membrane of the vacuole is called tonoplast and the liquid filled inside is called cell sap. Cell sap contains some dissolved pigments in it, and one of the pigment which is bluish or violet or purplish in color, you could say, is anthocyanin, which is water soluble. That is why if we put a cut piece of carrot in water and boil it, the water doesn't turn orange red because this is not water soluble. But if beetroot you cut and put it in water without boiling only, the water turns purple or violet in color because anthocyanin is a water soluble pigment not present in chromoplast but present dissolved in the cell sap. Next is the chloroplast, which contains the green pigment called chlorophyll. So leucoplast, no pigment. Chromoplast, two pigments, xanthophyll and carotene. And chloroplast, one pigment, green in color, chlorophyll. Leucoplast function to store starch, like in potato. Chromoplasts give color. They give color to the flowers, give color to the fruits to attract insects for pollination or animals for dispersal of seeds. This is the function of chromoplasts. Chloroplasts, we all know, contain chlorophyll, which helps to trap sunlight or trap solar energy and thus help the plant to make its own food by the process of photosynthesis. Next, we come to the most important cell organelle, and that is the nucleus, which regulates and coordinates all like processes which occur in a cell and also plays a very important role in cell division. Nucleus contains chromosomes and chromosomes bear genes. So we can say that nucleus helps in transmission of characteristics from parents to children. If we look at the structure of the nucleus is surrounded by a membrane called the nuclear membrane. And inside the nuclear membrane, there is a liquid which is called the nucleoplasm, a jelly-like substance which is called the nucleoplasm. This is the nuclear membrane and the nucleus is filled with nucleoplasm. And inside it, we have one or more than one spherical body which is called nucleolus. And in the nucleoplasm, we have an irregular network of fibers called the chromatin fibers. But at the time of cell division, these chromatin fibers start becoming thicker and thicker and form these thread-like structures which are called chromosomes. So chromosomes are the only parts of the cell which are visible at the time of cell division. They are thread-like structures. So a non-dividing cell has chromatin fibers whereas a dividing cell has chromosomes. These chromosomes bear genes and they help to carry the characteristics from parents to the offspring. Inside the nucleus, there is a nucleolus as we discussed, and this nucleolus helps to participate in protein synthesis. So functions of nucleus are listed here and function of nucleolus is listed here. Nucleus is present in the cell, embedded in the cytoplasm, and nucleolus is present inside the nucleus, embedded in the nucleoplasm. The number of chromosomes is fixed for every organism. How many chromosomes are there in the nucleus of each cell of our body is fixed. Like in human body, all our body cells contain 23 pairs of chromosomes, that is 46 chromosomes. All our body cells contain 46 chromosomes which always occur in pairs. So number of chromosomes is always an even number because chromosomes occur in pairs. Some other examples are given here. You needn't learn them, but just go through it, that how organisms depict different chromosome numbers. These chromosomes, like we discussed, bear hereditary units called genes, and genes are made up of a complex substance called DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. These genes are carried from, they are present on the chromosomes, they are carried from parents to children, and they express themselves as different characteristics in the children. After this, a table is given here in which the summary of the whole lesson is given, characteristics along with the function. So this is a review or the revision of the lesson also, and you could prepare the characteristics and functions from this table here in the book. Next, we come to vacuoles. We had talked about vacuoles here, that vacuoles are temporary and small but more in number in animal cell and large and permanent in plant cell, and they contain a cell sap inside which pigment anthocyanin in plants may be dissolved. Otherwise, they provide turgidity to the cell also, because inside it cell sap is filled or water is filled containing dissolved nutrients which keep the cell turgid. And after this, granules has been explained, which come under vacuoles, and granules both come under non-living parts of the cell, and like I told you before, they are called cell inclusions. They are concerned with storage of substances like food or glycogen or starch. Food may be in any of these forms. They help in storage. In plant cells, food is stored in the form of starch, whereas in animal cells, it is stored in the form of glycogen. Another difference between plant and animal cells. Differences between plant and animal cells are listed here. You can go through it on your own. We have already discussed.